Let's go! Why your 8-ounce phone battery lasts longer than your 100-pound electric unicycle. Think about the absolute ridiculousness of that situation. You spend thousands of dollars on a futuristic machine that weighs as much as a high school wrestler, but the tiny piece of lithium sliding around in your denim jeans is outliving the massive block of power bolted between your feet. It makes you want to look at the manufacturers and ask what they are actually doing with all that space. Every single day, people are waking up to discover their massive, expensive wheels have completely given up on life. They go down to the garage expecting a powerful commute, only to find a giant, heavy paperweight that refuses to turn on because the internal cells got into an argument overnight. Meanwhile, that cheap little smartphone has been sitting on a nightstand, fully charged, ready to stream videos at maximum brightness without a single complaint. The main issue comes down to the absolute disrespect these heavy machines face on a regular basis. A telephone spends its entire life cushioned by soft hands, resting on velvet couches and hiding in warm pockets. The battery pack inside a large wheel is basically trapped inside a washing machine full of rocks. It is getting slammed into concrete curbs, vibrating over cobblestones, and taking a beating from every single pothole on the asphalt. When you actually open up one of these massive plastic shells, the internal engineering looks like a middle school science fair project gone completely wrong. You expect to see high-tech space-age insulation, but instead you find a bunch of wires tangled up like a bucket of bait, all held together by a prayer and a massive glob of hot glue. One good bump on a gravel trail and the internal connection starts snapping like dry twigs. The software managing these large vehicles has the emotional stability of a cartoon villain. If one tiny cell drops a microscopic fraction of a volt, the onboard computer completely loses its mind. It does not give you a polite little chime or a low battery warning light. It just decides to instantly quit balancing, turning off the motor completely while you are cruising down the road, transforming a grown adult into a human cannonball. Then you have the nightmare of the charging process itself. To get these large packs healthy, you have to plug the machine into a giant brick that gets hot enough to melt plastic. The charger starts screaming with a high-pitched fan noise that makes every dog in the neighborhood start barking. If you unplug that cable even 5 minutes too early, the system gets confused and locks you out of your top speed. Water is the ultimate enemy that the designers apparently forgot exists. Phone companies figured out how to make devices survive a trip into a swimming pool, but a light drizzle will make a heavy wheel short circuit instantly. A single puddle can bypass the cheap foam seals, seep into the electronics, and turn a pristine piece of technology into an expensive smoke machine right under your feet. The secret drain on these machines is a completely separate level of frustration. You can leave a small device inside a drawer for an entire winter, pull it out in the spring, and it still has plenty of juice. If you leave a large wheel sitting alone for 3 weeks while it rains outside, the motherboard silently eats all the power until the battery is permanently dead. It really makes you appreciate the simplicity of smaller gadgets. They have one job, they stay dry, and they do not have to carry a full-grown human being over speed bumps at 60 miles per hour. Until the people building these massive wheels start using the same quality control as the people making pocket devices, every single ride is just a high-speed roll of the dice. The absolute peak of this madness is trying to fix the machine when something goes wrong. If your cellular device stops working, you walk into a shiny store with glass walls, hand it to a person in a matching t-shirt, and wait for them to hand you a brand new one. If your heavy wheel breaks down, your entire garage instantly turns into a mad scientist laboratory full of danger and confusion. You find yourself sitting on a cold concrete floor for 8 hours straight, surrounded by hundreds of microscopic silver screws that love to roll away into dark corners. You are staring at an electrical layout that looks like a giant plate of colorful noodles, praying that you do not accidentally touch the wrong 2 wires together and create a flash of lightning that blinds you for a week. The online community is absolutely flooded with people arguing about how to keep these massive packs from melting down. Half of the people swear you need to store the entire vehicle inside a custom-built steel bunker, while the other half just shrugs and hopes their house is still standing when they get back from getting groceries. It takes a massive amount of dedication just to maintain a machine that is supposed to save you time on your morning commute. You end up spending more time balancing cells and checking connections with the digital meter than you actually spend riding down the street. It is a completely chaotic way to live, but the community keeps doing it because the second you step onto those pedals and everything actually works perfectly, you feel like a superhero flying just above the ground. Thanks for watching.